sister Cici.
Star.
I'm beautiful.
Hi there.
Hi, look at your
Good to see ya.
pretty painting. I love that. Oh, the colors.
The new one, baby.
Gorgeous.
Mhm.
Cici Artemisia is here with
Thank you.
and it's been, well, let's see, when did you leave San Diego?
August 1st,
August.
last year. So we're coming up on a year.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, 3/4 of a year. Been here.
So you moved to the Pacific Northwest. You bought a yurt, and tell me how that's been going.
Yeah. A roundhouse on the north side of the Columbia River Gorge, about 2 hours east of Portland, Oregon, but I'm on the Washington side. And it's glorious.
Oh my God.
Oh, my internet, it tells me my internet connection is unstable. I'm not sure how this is going to work.
That's okay. I wondered, you know.
I can also tell that there's definitely a delay.
It's a little bit. It's no big whoop. Yeah, mine is actually
Okay.
a little unstable too. So we'll be unstable together.
You know, that won't be the first time, will it, Catherine?
So tell me what life.
You're in the boonies too, right?
I know. I'm surprised either of us have Wi-Fi, to be honest. But tell me what it's been like.
Well, you're stopping. Tell you what life is like. I wonder if I turned the camera around, then the internet connection would just freak out. So instead, I'll tell you, there's this glorious expanse of green. I'm in a round house, and so all around me, this half of the house, it's looking out on the beautiful semi-wilderness. It's got windows all around it, which makes it perfect for painting, north-facing windows. I can see Mount Adams out there, known locally as Pato. My friends have informed me that is Pato. That's the native name for it. There's this gorgeous green rolling meadows. There's a great big stand of aspen trees down at the bottom of the property. There's a little creek that runs down there, and at the end of it, there's some aspens. They're really magnificent. And then there's a bunch of fir trees everywhere else around. But the aspens, I had no idea that I thought aspens would, the best I could get in the autumn would be like gold leaves.
Yeah.
They were a bouquet of the most spectacular colors, reds, oranges, peach, gold. It was so great. It's just so fun being in seasons.
Yeah.
I actually had a winter. I had snow. Yay, snow. I was the only one around here going, yay, it's snowing.
I bet.
Loved it every time it snowed. And now suddenly it's springtime, and it's so beautiful and green, and that like means something here. When you just went through winter, it's so meaningful when all of a sudden, and the days are getting really long again. Sun's up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't go down. I mean, it's still light at 9, easily light at 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
It's everything I wanted it to be.
And you had quite a lot of work to do on your yurt. Like, I know you didn't even have a staircase to get up to the loft. And so have you done all that?
Right. Well, okay. There wasn't even any, there wasn't electricity in some of the rooms. There was no drywall on the walls. There was a bunch of, it was insulated, but it just had cardboard up.
Yeah.
And then there's supposed to be a deck all the way around. Like I have a back door that opens onto nothing. It's my sky door. It's for the visitors I don't care much for, or just to stay a little too long. I just send them out the sky door. So I had things like, I needed to get up to code if I wanted this place, to be legal, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I was impatient before I got here, and I hired a guy that my realtor recommended to do the electricity and then to do the stairs up to the loft and the railing. And after I got here, I found out the guy was not really a legal electrician. He'd been one once, that his license had been taken away.
Okay.
And I had to redo a lot of it, have the electrical redone, and it took forever to find somebody who could do it. And then the stairs, and then I found out the stairs are not to code, and they have to be torn out and redone.
Oh.
But what's funny, the railing is so bad that when my brother came to visit, he said, this is like in those, like on a set for a Western, you know, how they're always having fights in bars and somebody always falls off through the banister, you know. That's like the staircase that I have. So if anybody needs to film a Western, I'll rent the place out to you.
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, I ended up doing, a friend came up from San Diego and helped me do the drywall.
Okay.
Did the whole inside. It was a lot of work. I got real strong.
And you like,
and I know my way around a screw gun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you watched a YouTube video and fixed your plumbing? Something like that, I remember.
Oh, that happened within the first week or two. So when I very first moved here, I had actually hired, I just threw all my possessions in a U-Haul trailer, and then I hauled my car behind it when I moved up from San Diego. Not a lot of possessions, but enough, mostly art supplies. But there was a couple of large objects I couldn't have moved on my own, so I actually hired some guys in advance to help me move it in once I got here. And they were like 6 hours late getting here because they couldn't find the place. I mean, I'm out in the boondocks.
Yeah.
So like a week later, when my faucet exploded, my kitchen faucet exploded, there was like a geyser in the kitchen. I was standing there in all this water. And I did know enough to turn the water off under the sink.
Yeah.
And I went up to my neighbors. I have this wonderful neighbor who lives just right over there. She's older than me. She's been around living on her own here for a long time. She knows how to handle things out here, and she's really good with a shotgun too.
Nice, yeah.
You know? And she's got chickens and this magnificent garden and tools around on her four-wheeler and stuff. Anyway, I go up there with this piece of the faucet in my hand, and I'm just drenched. And I'm just, hi neighbor, what just happened? And she just laughs and says, oh, I guess you're gonna pick up a new faucet next time you go to Home Depot, huh? And I remember thinking, yeah, I said, yeah, like, of course that's what I'll do. And I'm thinking, but I wouldn't know what to do with a new faucet. I'm not a plumber. But I also realized, you know, I'm out here. It's not like you just call the plumber and he shows right up, you know? So I ended up, what was amazing was I have friends who live in Hood River, which is kind of the closest town of any significance.
Yeah.
And they had just traded out their faucet, gotten a new faucet just for fun, and they had the old one, which still worked, and they gave it to me, so I got that for free. And then I actually had gone to Ace Hardware to just kind of look at what it all meant, you know, what was there. There's this really friendly old guy there who, so he'll bring that one in, let's look at it. And he goes through all of the pieces with me and says, well, I think this will go here and this will go here. And he sort of figured it out for me. And so I brought it home and I managed to get the damn thing in. There's no way I could have done it with the instructions. No, there weren't any instructions.
Yeah.
That's right, because it was anyway, he was so helpful. And I did it. And I was so damn proud of myself.
I bet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm finding out things I can do. I actually bought a jigsaw the other day.
Wow.
And I've been terrified of power tools. Yeah, I'm like scared of things like that, but it's actually just a harmless little thing. And I had a couple things I needed to do that I needed it for, so I got myself a jigsaw, and I'm starting to build a kitty cat condo for my 2 feral cats that I have adopted.
Dude, that is just so inspiring what you've done. I am just in awe of you. Absolutely in awe.
Well, Thank you, Catherine. I am so, man, I'm so glad I just did it. You know, I just ignored all of the naysayers and the fear and the what the hell do you think you're doing, starting all over at your age, all alone. Because I tell you, since the minute I got here, everything has just fallen into place. I mean, okay, it sounded earlier like what we were talking about, like those were problems, but they were just, I don't know, little learning opportunities. But it's amazing how the way like the faucet showed, like I needed a faucet. Well, my friend just happened to have an old faucet, you know. There've been those kinds of coincidences, just like boom, boom, boom. Anytime I need something, it just seems like it sort of shows up. Amazing. It's really nice. Yeah, life is really good.
I want to know what the music scene is like up there. Is there, well, before the lockdown?
I was very slow on the uptake with any career stuff. I'm still slow on the uptake. This is my big gig. Yeah, I was so busy doing drywall when I got here, and also just staring dumbfounded out into the beauty.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how that feeds my to be here.
I bet.
So then, yeah, then it was nesting, and but I made it to like 2 open mics.
Okay.
There's a little hotel. I live in a town called Lisle. I actually live outside of town, but as my brother said, Lisle had a 541 souls, which swelled to 542 when I got here. and there's actually, but there's a really nice little hotel down there. Like other than the hotel, there's a convenience store, there's a post office, a little diner. Nice. You know, that's kind of Lisle. But then there's this little old hotel, but it's a very lovely place. And they had an open mic. And I played there a couple times, and I have to admit it was a little bit fun being this big fish coming into this little tiny pond. And I was told immediately that I could definitely get a gig there if I wanted it. And then I started I think I sent out 2 emails. There's a bunch of places to play in White Salmon and Hood River, which are also nearby, and there's wineries everywhere. And I sent out a few exploratory emails. I think it was the week that COVID hit. You know, it was just, no, it's not time to be doing that, which is really fine for me. I finally started painting again. Right. But what I'm really occupied with is my garden. I inherited a garden with like 15 fruit trees and all kinds of berry bushes and room to put in vegetables. And I've been busy doing that. And when it rains, I paint. Nice. And honestly, I haven't barely picked up my guitar for months.
Yeah. So I posted online that I was going to be interviewing you, and I asked if anyone had any questions for you. And Micah Justice said, does she know what a goddess, teacher, gifted soul sister she is? So that's the question. Do you know?
Oh, yeah, I saw that comment. And she's loving on me right now because I've started illustrating one of her children's stories. Oh, I don't know if you know that she writes children's stories. Talk about goddess, teacher, inspirations. That's who Micah Justice is. And then with a voice, oh my Lord, that voice. Yeah. So, but she, in a heart, you know, the size of Texas. And she, I mean, good Lord, she teaches special ed, which like that right there, you know, she's a national treasure. And so right back at you, Micah Justice.
There's your answer.
And I'm real slow on those illustrations, but we'll get there.
Awesome. So what song would you like to play? Off of what album?
We got to do something from the latest album, The Lucky One, produced by Mr. Brilliant Jeff Berkeley.
Indeed.
Incredible all kinds of talent on that record, and just so wonderfully arranged. Jeff is the wizard. He's the Wizard of Diego.
Indeed.
God, there's a lot of good songs on that album, though. Mermaid would be fun. I feel like we need something kind of happy and up and positive.
Yeah.
So, well, of course, Mermaid, yeah, sort of there's a dark current in that song. But it's so fun. And the lunch ladies are back there doing their sha-la-la-las.
Right.
Sister Lunch Lady.
Okay, I like that. Mermaid was one of my faves. CCArt.net, is that still your home on the internet?
CCArt.net or CCArt.com. Let's keep telling stories. I was able to get the domain CCArt.net at first, but CCArt.com was taken. And so I put it up as I built my website, and then I announced it to the world very proudly. But it turns out in my announcement, I accidentally said CCArt.com. It's just so it rolls off the tongue. And a friend wrote back and said, Cici, when I went to your website, CCArt.com,
it's like Asian.
This is what I found. And it was Japanese porn.
So they relinquished that site?
They relinquished it. Like a year later, I got a notice that it was available, so I bought it. Right. So that didn't happen again. So
and now you have all
these
safe.
It's pretty safe to go to.
And now you have all of these porn guys.
Right. I would love to do that in Japan.
Oh my God.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Certain traffic.
A whole new demographic.
I wonder if I could do it. That's right.
Oh, I love it. All right. So ccart.net, ccart.com. You can go there. Wonderful gallery with all of your paintings, and then a music section with all of your albums. It's really laid out nice. And so folks can go check it out and become your adoring fan like the rest of us. So I guess that's it. I'm going to play the song now and send you back into the wilderness.
Wonderful. And, I used to tell everybody, come visit. And right now I'm like, no, I'm really happy not to have any visitors. Yeah. Thank you, COVID-19. God bless us all. May we all reboot. I figure that's what this is about. This is a huge consciousness reboot for humanity. So let the earth breathe for a minute. Let the animals come out and play. Maybe some changes that will stay that way that help us all to breathe a little better. I don't have to stay online here while you play the song, do I?
No. Yeah, I want to stare at you and see your expression while we listen to your song.
I was thinking it'd be like in one of those musicals where somebody's singing a love song to somebody else. I mean, it's so awkward to be that other person.
All right, I love you so much. So proud of you, and just
I love you too.
I can't wait to see your garden. I know you post a lot of pictures of those aspens, which I love, but I want to see your cat house. I want to see your garden. I want to see your fruit trees. So make sure you share those with us.
Okay. Thank you, Catherine, and thank you for what you do.
It is my pleasure, and thank you to my Patreon people for keeping me working.
Mermaid sitting on a rock, making up a simple songs for nobody. Girl just talks and talks, chatters to the gulls and dives down deep, deep, deep with the turtles and whales. Wags her beautiful mermaid tail. Mermaids got a reputation with the sailors who pass by. They don't know the situation. They don't know why this mermaid cries. They've never looked into that deep blue mermaid eye. Mermaid sitting on a shelf, throwing rocks and talking to herself. Well, she got nobody to sing to, just this old pile of rocks to cling to. She's as bored as she can be, throws her beautiful mermaid voice out on the sea. Mermaid's tired of the stories, well, she don't understand Ulysses and all of his glory, calling her a siren, calling her a danger to the man. No, that's not what she had planned. Is she evil, devious, and mean? Sweet and innocent, or somewhere in between? Does she understand the signals that she sends when she sings? Mermaid doesn't see the bodies floating like flotsam around her home. No, this girl just wants to party, wonders why she always ends up alone.